Hello everyone, this is Hacker Razak, and as you know, I don't do this job anymore, but I'm only doing this for fun and for viewers. So, as you know, I came from the ashes, and I will review this tale that everyone already did, just in case if somebody wants to audio book Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Chapter 1, Duly Demented. The hottest day of the summer so far was drawing to a close, and a drizzly silence lay over the large square houses of Privet Drive. Cars that were usually gleaming stood dusty in the drivers, and lawns that were once emerald green lay perched and yellowing for the use of hospices had been abandoned due to drought and driveled of their usual car washing and mowing pursuits. The inhabitants of the Privet Drive had retreated into the shade of their cool houses, windows thrown wide in the hope of tempting in a non-existing breeze. The only person left outdoors was a teenage boy who was lying there flat on his back in the flower bed outside number 4. He was a skinny, black-haired, bespectacled boy who had been pinched slightly unhealthy look of someone who had grown a lot in a short space of time. His jeans were torn and dirty, his t-shirt baggy and faded, and the soles of his trainers were peeling away from the uppers. Harry Potter appearance did not and him to the neighbors who were the sort of people who thought segregation ought to be punishable by law. But as he had hidden himself behind a large hydraulic brush this evening, he was quite invisible to passers-by. In fact, the only way he would be spotted was if his Uncle Vernon and Aunt Penoine struck their head out of the living room window and looked straight down into the flower bed below. On the whole, Harry thought he was to be congratulated on his idea of hiding here. He was not, perhaps, very comfortable lying on the hard earth, but on the other hand, nobody was glaring at him, grinding their teeth so loudly that he could not hear the news, or about shooting. Nasty questions about him, as had happened every time he had tried to sitting down in the living room to watch television with his aunt and uncle, almost though his thought had fluttered through the open window. Vernon Dursley, Uncle Harry's uncle, suddenly spoke. Glad to see the boy stop trying to butt in. Where is he, anyway? I don't know, said Aunt Pantona, unconcerted. None the house, Uncle Vernon growled. Watching the news, he said, scoffingly. I like to know what he's really up to, as if a normal boy cares what on news. Dudley hasn't got a clue what's going on that he knows who the Prime Minister will anyway. It's not as if there's be anything about his slot on all our news. Vernon, shh, said Aunt Panoe. The window's open. Oh, yes. Sorry, dear. The Dursley fell silent. Harry listened to a jungle about fruit in Brown's breakfast cereal, right, while he watched it from Miss Fig, a batty cat, loving old lady from nearby Wister Walk. Amble slowly passed. She was frowning and muttering to herself. Harry was Harry was very pleased that he was consulted and muttering to herself. Harry was very pleased. He was concerned. Behind the bush, as Miss Fiji had recently taken to asking him around for a tea whenever she met him in the street, she had rounded out the corner and vanished from view before Uncle Vernon's voice floated out of the window again. Dudley, out for tea at the Bursleys, said Aunt Petunia fondly. He got so many little friends. He's so popular, Billy. Harry suppressed it a snort with difficulty. The Dursleys really were astonishingly stupid about the son, Dudley. They had swallowed all his dim-witted lies about having tea with a different numbers of his gang every night of the summer holiday. Harry knew perfectly well that Dudley had not been to tea anywhere. He and his gang spent every evening vandalizing in the park and vandalizing the play park, smoking on street corners and throwing stones at passing cars and children. Harry had seen them at it during his evening walks around Little Winding. He had spent most of the holidays wandering the street, scavenging newspapers from bins along the way.